Good morning and welcome to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings, coming to you live from Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram right here in Anniston, Alabama. Weekday mornings from 7:30 to 8:30. We sure do appreciate you for tuning in with us. And this morning we are visited by a special guest, Mr. John Garlick.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for stopping by.
It was fun to stop by.
Yeah, even though you were out late last night doing your fun show.
Yes. And we ate well there.
Oh, I was really jealous. I want to come by and visit you someday when you have that.
More food?
The Brussels sprouts now. I love Brussels sprouts.
And Susan's Brussels sprouts.
Ooh,
I don't know if they were hers or Dave, Chef Dave. I think Susan does all the pastries and I think Dave does the real. No, that's terrible.
All the
real
chef
cooking,
work?
all the entrees.
Well, we would like to invite them here to the morning show. Maybe we could have some morning food, some breakfast food.
We can make that happen.
Ooh, please
and I think
do.
I think we're gonna have them on maybe once a month. I don't know.
Okay.
We're figuring that out. You know, so we talked about this, but I haven't talked with anybody like in charge of actually producing the show.
Okay.
Down at TV24.
Oh, here we go.
Like a few years ago, we were gonna have a cooking show.
Uh-huh.
And I was working on putting a cooking show together. It just didn't. The logistics were hard. But Chef Dave is like, hey, I can do that.
Oh.
So we may actually pull off a little mini cooking show with Chef Dave. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be so fun, and I would be a guest on that anytime. I'm a foodie. I love all kinds of food. I don't think that there's any food that I don't like. I enjoyed it all. But in case our viewers don't know what we're talking about the John Garlick Show.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So it's named by this guy, and I don't know who he is, but no, it's a spin-off. We can do spin-off, right?
Yeah.
So for those of you that may watch Shop 24,
Mm-hmm.
Lacey Clounce and I are co-hosts on Shop 24, and we just have fun.
Yeah, you do.
And so we actually ended up with a couple of viewers who were nowhere around here to buy the coupons.
Huh?
And they called the station one night just to say hi. And we talked to them, and they say, yeah, we just watch because you guys are just really hysterical.
You really are.
And so somebody came up with the idea of giving us a talk show.
Well, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, so yesterday was the second show.
Okay, so that airs every Wednesday. Yesterday is every Wednesday
Every
night.
Wednesday at 6:30, live
Yeah.
TV. I love live TV.
Now, on your first episode, you came in and it was all about Scotland.
It was. So, yeah, I'm Scottish heritage, and so that's why the show has kind of that Scottish intro. But last week was on the 24th. The 25th is Robert Burns' birthday, and that's typically Robert Burns' night. Big celebration. Lots of haggis and other liquids.
Yeah, I learned about haggis. I actually visited Scotland right out of college, and it was amazing. But I don't know that I had the haggis.
You didn't have haggis?
I
You
don't
can't go to
think
Scotland and
so.
not have haggis. Of course, the haggis we get here is not the same as the haggis over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because what they put in haggis over there,
It may have been the whole spirits, part that made me not really remember. I don't know.
well, it's great for breakfast. And
Okay.
I like to have it and put eggs in it, like you do corned beef hash. I just crack the eggs and mix it all together.
Well, where is that chef this morning? I sure
Oh,
could.
Chef Dave, he's probably sleeping.
You think he would get up early though?
He probably would. He would definitely get up. Susan would definitely get up early. Yeah, but they were great fun, and we may yet have him have his own little show.
Oh, that would be so
We'll
cool.
see, but we're thinking about having him on every so often, maybe not once a month, but every so
Yeah.
often.
He could give us some recipe tips on how to.
He could
I
do
need it. I mean, I can cook okay, but really my husband does the majority of the cooking.
Really?
Yeah.
So, you're probably too young to remember.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, anyway, shoot, now I can't think of the show because I haven't had enough coffee.
I know. We
Um,
need our Joe Bell coffee. I
oh
think
my
Kip will be
gosh.
here any moment now.
Kip, you need to be. See, what's in
Yeah.
that? What?
Well, I think
That's
I don't
from
know.
yesterday?
I think so,
That's old
or maybe
coffee.
it's empty.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
Kip should. There he is.
Kip, did you bring coffee?
Oh, did you bring coffee, Kip?
You brought
Oh,
donuts.
he's got
Well, that's
the
good.
licking good donuts.
So,
well, at least we are hungry, so.
There was this cooking show on TV, whose the name of the show I now can't remember. But it was an Aussie guy. The chef was an Aussie. And it was a great show. It was like all the cooking shows in that era. you would prepare the meal in a live audience. It was great TV. And so he'd come down when the whole meal was prepared, and he'd set the table, and he'd just grab a random audience member to come eat with him.
Oh.
Yeah, and he would take his first bite, and it would be like, and then the pressure was on the audience member.
Yeah, sure. Did anyone ever not like it?
I don't remember that. But it was a fun show.
Sure.
And he was a comic, really. I mean, it was just hysterically funny.
You'd have to be really confident in your cooking to pull out a random guest.
I wish I could remember that guy's name too. He wrote a book. I can't remember his name. It was back in the '60s. It was fun television.
Yeah.
Back in those days, TV was new and strange.
We're trying to bring it back. You're definitely adding some new and strange elements to your show.
Well, yes, we are. We do. See, that's the problem. Our management at TV24 just made the mistake of, hey, okay, you can have a 30-minute talk show. It's like, what do you want me to do? We don't want to worry about it.
Okay, so just whatever.
Really? So it's up to Lacey
you.
and I. Yeah, it's up to Lacey and I to do what we're going to do, and it'll be fun. We're going to continue. So we used to do the sheriff show, County County's Most Wanted, and part of that show was a guest segment, and I would bring in community guests to talk about things going on in the community. And so the sheriff show is now being done in a different way. And there's no guest segment. He's doing it more online.
Okay.
So it's not even produced at TV24 anymore. So there's no guest segment. And it's really nice that we have this show, because now I can go out and find guests in the community and do that again.
Yeah.
I think we're having, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have somebody from the museum.
Okay.
And they're going to bring live animals.
Oh, this is going to be
See,
so much
there's
fun.
nothing more fun than live TV with live animals.
Oh, no.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, so we're going to
I know Lacey's looking forward to that.
She is, and Sparky doesn't like snakes, so I'm hoping they bring a snake.
Poor Sparky. He's the sweetest.
He is. And I hope they bring a snake and something warm and cuddly. I don't know if they have anything warm and cuddly at the
Well,
museum.
snakes can be warm and cuddly.
I used to be a docent up there at the museum in Nature Space, and before it was the fancy modern Nature Space that it is now. And we had Elvis the king snake.
Oh.
And in those, this was so far. Listen, Elvis has grown old and gone on to snake heaven, but he was a baby then, and he was about this big. And I would take him out of his little thing and play with him while the kids were there, and I'd let him crawl through my fingers. And I'm not a snake person. I don't know anything about snakes. And so I'd let him crawl around my glasses, right? And one day, he's crawling around my glasses, and I'm like, hey, this is fun. And I'm holding it in my hand, and I noticed some stuff in my hand. And I'm like, snakes poop. And I thought, I'm sure I knew that somewhere in my life, but I didn't realize that they would just randomly do. I don't know why I would think that they wouldn't.
They eat.
They do, right? Everything that eats poops.
Yeah.
And so he's in my hand, and I'm like, I had him crawling around my glasses, and it would have been really weird if he kind of pooped while he was crawling around my glasses, so I stopped letting him crawl in my glasses.
Well, at least he was nice enough to wait until he was in your hand.
He was.
Yeah, that's a nice snake.
He was Elvis the king snake.
Elvis the king snake.
Yeah.
How long did he live?
That I don't know, probably as long as snakes can live. He was well cared for up there.
Yeah.
And they have, a lot of people don't know at the museum, I think we're going random here, but a lot of people don't know that at the museum, they have a lot of live animals. And you can volunteer to take care of them and feed them. And they used to have a big tortoise, and you could go out and walk the tortoise. Tortoise needed to go out and get some fresh air. And a lot of young teenagers, my daughters, in fact, when they were young teenagers, they volunteered up there. And they would walk the tortoise and feed the whatever's they had in there.
Oh.
And it's kind of a cool
Do you
thing.
walk them on a leash?
Yeah.
A tortoise on a leash? Where
It's
do
not
you?
like he gets away.
Do you
but-
put like a collar on him?
Well, that I don't know. They bring him outside, and they just kind of tend to him while he walks along.
I need to see that. That would be so cool. I
The
like
museum
turtles.
is great. Those, and we'll talk about this on the show, I'm sure, because I just love our museums.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love them. They are, if nobody's been to the Berman Museum or the Anniston Museum of Natural History, you got to go.
They do great things.
Oh my God, and they're great museums. I've been to a lot of museums, including the Natural History Museum in D.C. and New York and all that stuff. And our Natural History Museum is better.
Really?
Yes. Of course, it's not as big,
Well,
but it's more intimate. It's got better stuff. It's easier to navigate. You can experience more of that museum here at our museum than you ever could at the big ones.
well,
And
definitely.
we've got stuff they don't have, like that bird display.
Yes.
That doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yes.
It's like the Berman Museum. There's stuff in there that doesn't exist anywhere else. Yeah, so those are great. Every time somebody comes to visit me, we always go up to the museum.
Yeah.
And it's great fun. It's great.
And that's a great way to get involved with the community too, like to bring somebody in and show them what all there is to offer here.
Yeah,
And
you
art
know,
is so important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And you know, if you ever have a chance to do leadership county, have you ever done leadership?
I did in Etowah County.
You did in Etowah County.
I did.
Okay, they have the
yes.
same program there. That's nice.
Yes.
So I did it here in 1997.
Okay.
Right? And that program, in case you're not familiar, the Chamber of Commerce does a thing called Leadership Calhoun County. It's a 9-month program here. I don't know if Etowah's the same way. So it's a 9-month program. One in those days it was a Thursday. So you had to commit to one Thursday a month. And they did team building, and then you went around the county and you got to participate and view everything we do here. So they had Military Day, they had Education Day, Law Enforcement Day, or they called it Criminal Justice Day, and several other things. And by the time you were finished with your 9 months, you saw everything that goes on in this county. And I'd been in Anniston since '85, so it was '97. I was at Lee Brass, and we were involved in the chamber, but not that involved. We were involved enough to get into that program. So I got into that, and I was amazed. The things that we have in this county go well beyond winter. And if all you do, you know, most people, they live and they eat and they work and they die, and they don't get out to
Explore.
see everything, right? And there's so much here. That was a line from a movie, by the way. Do you know which movie that comes from?
They work and they.
The people, they work and they live and they die in this community. That comes from It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
It was the tirade that he gave to the old curmudgeon banker. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. So there's a little movie trivia.
There's a lot of those little
That's
movie trivia.
fun.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
we are going to go hear from our Lacey Clontz about what the weather is going to shake out to be for the rest of the week. And we're going to freshen up our coffee with some Joe Bell coffee, and we will be right back. So again, you're watching Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway, CDJR in Anniston. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, we have got some clear skies these next few days. Yes, we have a 0% chance of rain today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And today, temperatures are getting up to 59 degrees. Friday, they'll get up to 65 degrees. And Saturday, 66 degrees. So everyone enjoy this lovely weather we're going to have. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today. Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an Office Administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Good morning and welcome back to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram right here in Anniston, Alabama. We're coming to you live, and I'm still here with Mr. John Garlick, and I'm so happy you're still here. I'm so happy for that. Thanks for joining us. And now we can cheers. Now we can really wake up with our Joe Bell coffee. It's really hard to start a day without caffeine.
It is hard to, it really is.
It really is,
I've been
especially
drinking coffee all my life.
Yeah.
It's, so here's a trick.
Okay.
You're familiar with ADHD, very, very popular diagnosis for children, oftentimes misdiagnosed. But one of the acid tests for ADHD, if you have a kid that you think is ADHD, very hyper, give them a cup of black coffee. And if they drink a little bit of that coffee and it kind of settles them down, then they probably have ADHD.
Isn't that wild? Caffeine will...
Well, so what happens in classic physiological ADD or ADHD is that your brain is not producing enough dopamine. And it only has to be short, like 12%. So if you're down 12%, in the oil in your car, you're not even really below the you better fill it up thing, right? So you're down 12%, you're going to have a hard time managing your emotions or focusing. So most of your medications for ADHD are like super caffeine. They're almost
That's
speed
interesting.
right? So what it does is it stimulates that gland, whatever it is, pituitary maybe, that produces more dopamine. So acid test, cup of coffee, calms you right down. Worked for me. Got me through geometry.
Well, tell us about, so you do the Shop 24 show and now the John Garlick show. Tell us a little bit about, our viewers about Shop 24. When you were on vacation, I got to sit in, not vacation. I don't know if it was a vacation, but you were on location in Washington, D.C.
My granddaughter was in D.C. interning for Congressman Mike Rogers.
Okay.
And she was 17 at the time. She turned 17 and was a rising high school senior. So she was the youngest intern on the Hill. And consequently, she couldn't stay up there by herself.
Oh, okay.
So somebody had to volunteer to spend the month of June in D.C., and so I did.
Wow.
And we stayed at Catholic Universities of America, which was great. She got a nice. Now the building we were in was probably built in the 50s, and it had signs on the door that said, "Don't hang pictures. These walls are full of asbestos."
Oh.
Yeah. So
you didn't hang pictures?
Well, I didn't. I wasn't going to anyway. Oh. But now she got a double room. She had 2 beds in her room and a private bath.
Oh, nice.
Right. She was by herself. I got a single room on the men's floor. So, and I got to share the bathroom with all the other men on that floor. So it was like going back to college. And I got to tell you, it took me 2 nights to get used to it. I was like, this is this teeny tiny cinder block room with a little bed. And I was like, this is a little unnerving.
Yeah.
But I got used to it, and she had a blast. I had fun.
Yeah.
I did some news things. Yeah,
we enjoyed that. I got to watch that, and we really enjoyed
people. I had just done one. I think I was down near the Washington Monument, and this couple comes up, and they were asking if there was any restrooms out there, and of course there are. I told them where to go, and I said, they said, do you live up here? You know, you live and work up here? I said, no, I'm just up, kind of as a tourist. I'm from Alabama, and they go, we are too.
No. That's awesome.
Yeah, they were down from near Auburn, and it was like, you know, the people that talk to you in another state are going to be from Alabama.
Of course.
I was in Block Island, Block Island in Rhode Island. Block Island's a little island off of Rhode Island back in 1986, maybe. We were up there vacationing at the hotel, and sitting out in the hotel in those nice little Adirondack chairs, watching the sun go down. And there's a couple sitting next to us, and we got to talking, and they were from Alabama too. I was like, really?
You tend to meet people from Alabama because they tend to be the one that are going
friendly.
to be friendly and to meet others.
And I'll never. In elementary school, there was this young gal in my class. I can't even tell you what grade it was, but I will never forget. She was from Mobile, Alabama. And she just, I guess I won't forget it because she had the sweetest little accent. I don't remember her name, but I remember her as being from Mobile.
Yeah.
I guess it was just destiny that I was going to end up in Alabama. I don't know.
So you're not from Alabama originally?
I'm not. I'm originally from Connecticut.
Okay.
My father's mother, my grandmother, was from Monticello, Georgia, and moved up to Connecticut. She would, so my grandfather was from Connecticut, obviously. He was from Connecticut. And during the summer season, this is way back in the early 1900s, 1910 or so. My grandmother apparently had cousins in Connecticut, and they would come up for the summer. They'd ride the train. There was no airplanes. They'd ride the train, and of course, if you're going to spend that much time riding a train, you're going to stay for a few months, right?
Sure.
So she'd spend the summer season in Connecticut, and
So
I
she
guess at
summered
social
in Connecticut.
She did. She summered in Connecticut, and at some social function met my grandfather, and they eventually got married in 1917. But yeah, so she was from Monticello, Georgia, and yeah, I lived in Connecticut until I moved south. So yeah,
And you've been here for how long?
I've been in Anniston since '85. I was in Mississippi for a couple of years before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love
And
the
this
South.
is home?
Oh yeah, you know, it's funny. It was. If you've ever been to Connecticut, it's beautiful. It's got trees and all this stuff, and it's not dissimilar in the trees that we have here. What is different is that there's more hills, and the streets feel very claustrophobic. But I grew up there, so I didn't notice it, right? And we did a lot of sailing, so you'd be out on the water. And
Oh,
it's a great vista.
nice.
But when I first came south, go to Mississippi, and you get off the airplane, and there's just this wide expanse, and I just feel the stress just disappear. And after a while of living down here, I'd go up and visit my parents, and I'd get uptight. I'd be like driving the car, like, I can't see what's going on. So yeah, South is wonderful. I love it here.
Yeah.
I would not live anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I love Anniston's a great town.
It is, and I'm definitely enjoying getting to know Anniston a lot better now that I'm, doing the show from here and getting to.
You're up in
I'd love to.
Gadsden.
I am in the Gadsden area, but I'd love to immerse myself in this community. Everyone is so great, and talking about the leadership, I would like to go through the leadership here.
You should. Everybody who is involved with the community should do that. Anniston has a great history.
Yeah.
It's an interesting history, and the town struggles because it was a manufacturing town. It was created as a manufacturing town, and of course, throughout the United States, we've given our manufacturing away, and we need to start rebuilding that. But that's the struggle of all of these old manufacturing towns: is that manufacturing fades away, the cotton mills fade away, send all that stuff overseas, and now they struggle.
Yeah.
But
But there's
we're coming back.
businesses coming in,
Yeah,
and
it's coming up.
and that's why it's so important to support local businesses, and that's one of the reasons we're doing the show from this dealership is they are very committed to community involvement and want to have a space where community can come in, and we can have community conversations from here. And they the dealership itself has been here for a long time, but this is a new dealership group that's come in, Greenway
I
Automotive.
was here for the ribbon cutting.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
which
great.
Edward
That was a
Thomas
huge
did.
turnout.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. And they've got, if you ride motorcycles,
Yeah.
they've got two, they've been traded in,
Yeah.
but one of them's a Ducati. So if you,
He's really enjoying that Ducati.
I'm never going to ride it, but I haven't seen a Ducati since 1976.
Are they just faster?
It's an
or
Italian
what is-
motorcycle. They
okay.
tend to be fast. The guy over here says it's not fast, so that's
Oh.
probably true. But it's the slower version. Every fancy car dealer, not dealer, every fancy car manufacturer, they got a fast car, they got a slow car. The fast car is really expensive, so they get you all excited, right? And then they put the low-end, slower cars out there, so you can say, yeah, I got a Ducati. How fast does that go? Yeah, not very.
Well, they look cool.
It is cool, and
Yeah.
it makes it, and it's safer.
Yeah.
Because it goes slower.
Sure.
Right.
Sometimes slower isn't always safer. I don't know.
No, not necessarily.
I think we're gonna take a quick break, and I think we might have a little static in one of our mics, and so we're gonna take a
My
quick
mic
break.
again?
It might be.
Oh my God.
But we want to make sure our viewers get to hear everything that you say, and so we're gonna go to a quick break and try to fix this little microphone situation we have. So we'll be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway CDJR.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, we have got some clear skies these next few days. Yes, we have a 0% chance of rain today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And today, temperatures are getting up to 59 degrees. Friday, they'll get up to 65 degrees. And Saturday, 66 degrees. So everyone enjoy this lovely weather we're going to have. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
you know, okay, so here's the other thing.
All right, welcome back. I think we might have fixed up that little technical difficulty. It was me. I was pinning it on John, but it was me. I had my little my lapel mic pinched right here. I'm all bundled up. It's chilly outside today. I'm ready for that warm weather to come in. I'm a summer girl. I enjoy that more. But we were talking about this Wagoneer that's over here on the TV screen in front of us.
Yeah, SUV.
It is a beautiful SUV, and they are taking this beautiful Wagoneer on all these dirt roads.
It's terrible. These roads with potholes. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, some of the roads in the county.
Yeah.
But like nobody would drive that car on the road that they're showing us here.
Oh,
And if it was somebody really driving that car on that road, they would not be driving that slowly.
No.
They'd be tearing it up.
It is a great looking vehicle. I would be afraid to chip that pretty paint, but these Jeeps, they can go over anything. I mean, look at these rocks they're climbing. And this is not like a Wrangler that you would, you know, imagine. This is like a Jeep Cherokee and a Wagoneer. And
Yep, it's a Wagoneer.
That's a great
There's
vehicle.
a big Jeep club around here. I don't think I know anybody in the Jeep club, but they go out and mud ride and climb weird things. And
yeah, well, hey, come out on March 2nd to the car show here, and the Jeep clubs will be here. There's a few that will be here. I think Kip's been working really hard to put together this cool car show. It's happening March 2nd from, I want to say, 10:30 till whenever. My band is going to be playing.
You have a band.
I do have
You
a band.
Tell me about your band.
Well, the band I'm currently in, they call themselves, and I guess I'm the newest member, but it's called the Steel Broke Band.
Steel Broke?
Steel Broke.
Like in Steel Broke?
Like in STILL broke. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's hard to be a musician, you know, that's one of those things that don't always get compensated the way we would hope. So we're just still broke. That's why we all have day jobs and night jobs and part-time jobs and in-between jobs, and then we get to be musicians for fun.
So how many in your band?
We're a 5-piece band. So so of course the drummer, keyboard player, guitar, bass player, and then myself. So I just sing in this band.
You know what we need to do is I want to get some musical guests from the show, right?
Okay.
So you know, Eric and I have talked about how to put a band in the space down there.
Yeah, well.
And of course it's only a 30-minute show, so you get one song, and then we'd spend the rest of the time talking about band. But I got a friend who's got a brand new band. We're going to try to get him on.
Oh, fun.
Waiting to hear back from him, but we should get your band on.
Okay, sure.
Wednesday night, just come down, spend like an hour and a half setting up to play one song. Because we don't have the right sound system, it'll be like on these little mics.
Maybe we could pre-record and then just come in and show a clip of it.
Oh, no, there's an idea.
Maybe, I don't know. We could definitely get creative.
I know. I really want to.
You know, I did play my guitar on the news one night as one of the characters that I played. I did a show. I did 3 theater shows, and we've talked about our mutual love for theater last year. And one of the characters that I played Patsy Cline. I was Patsy Cline and always Patsy Cline. And then I played Bitsy Mae Harling in a show called Sordid Lives.
So always Patsy Cline. Back when the Anniston Community Theater was around, Randy, I'm sorry, I can't think of his last name. Randy was a playwright here in town, local playwright, very successful local playwright. And we would do a lot of his shows, and they were funny. They were Southern comedies. And unfortunately, he died way too young, I think, of cancer. But one of the last shows he did was a Patsy Cline show, and it's probably not that one.
Maybe.
I can't remember what it was called.
This one is always Patsy Cline, and there's just 2 characters. There's Patsy Cline, and then there's Louise, who is the narrator storyteller.
So I don't
and then
know
there's
if
the
that's his.
band, which we had a great band on that one. We had a steel guitar player,
Oh,
and
nice,
upright
nice.
bass, and that was such a talented band.
Well, it was an interesting. Randy's show was interesting. I don't remember exactly what the title was because it was many years ago. It was back in the 90s or so that we got it out. And it was an interesting one to get produced. The Anniston Community Theater at the time had to get the rights for that. Randy gave us permission to do the show, but he didn't have permission from the Patsy Cline family to do this show. So there was a lot of hurdles to go through to be able to actually put it up.
Yeah.
And they went through all that and it got it taken care of. But I don't know whatever happened after that. So,
Well,
but
it
yeah.
was a lot of fun. I enjoyed
bad.
doing that show, and yeah, it was a blast. All theater is. as
Theater,
you
we've
know.
done, so I've done a lot of theater.
Yeah.
Starting way back in high school. I did high school theater and did theater in college, and then a few years of not doing theater while I was working.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got here, we had a community theater, and I hooked into that when I had some more free time. And then you lose all your free time.
Yeah.
As soon as you go into the theater world.
Yeah, I know.
You lose all your free time.
I was supposed to be taking a break. I told my husband, I say this in quotes because I'm not. I'm actually in production of Steel Magnolias. I got to plug it real quick. It's opening February 9th at the Theater of Gadsden. You can find tickets at theaterofgadsden.org. And yeah, so that's Steel Magnolias, and it's going to run 2 weekends in Gadsden. So February 9th weekend and February 16th weekend. So
That's a fun show.
and I
You
play
should come see.
Truvy,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I get to tap into my glamour girl, my. But I'd love to invite you and your wife to come and see it.
Yeah, Lucy, we'll get Lucy. We'll come up.
Yeah. So we had a good date night around Valentine's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Dinner
around
and a
Valentine's.
show.
Yep.
That's always nice to do.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Theater of Gadsden is nice. Gadsden's
Yeah.
got a nice little downtown
Yeah.
thing going on.
It does. Now we're in Alabama City, so really the theater is about what it is. But you can hop on down to Broad Street and have dinner, and then we're not very far from there. We actually won the Broadway Regional Awards.
Really?
The voting just got announced just a few weeks ago, and we won favorite local theater for the whole Southeast.
really?
And I won best performer in a musical for Patsy Cline.
Oh, way
so
to go.
I'm really proud of that. I don't want to get too
Yay.
braggadocious, but that was a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, but the favorite local theater. So we're doing something right. There's so much great talent that comes through. Hey, we need to get you to come do Fiddler on the Roof with us. That's a show we're doing this year. So
Yeah, if I have time. Theater,
you never have time.
you never
just
have
make
time.
it.
And it takes time and energy.
A lot of it.
But I love that. I love that show. I have
Yeah.
not done that show.
Well, come on. We would love to have you. You've got the accents for it.
Yeah, that would be a fun show.
Yeah.
The theater is amazing, and what really is amazing about community theater, and you know this. And so, every town pretty much has a community theater.
Yes.
And you're like, well, who does that? Why do they? Because people get together, and they're like, we either used to do theater or we'd like to do theater, and so they just put a show up, and it's amazing. We watched it happen here in Anniston. There was the Anniston Little Theater that started in the 1920s, and it lived for decades. It became the Anniston Community Theater, and then it became ACT, and then it disappeared as lots of things grow and disappear.
Yeah.
So that theater kind of went out of business, and between the time that went out of business and Cast came up from those embers, there was a group of us that just didn't want to let go.
Good.
So we just started doing shows wherever we could.
Yeah.
And it was great fun. We
Yeah.
did some outdoor theater, and we did some stuff in little building spaces, and we got that same group pulled together some Renaissance Fair stuff, which
Oh,
is really cool.
fun.
So every now and again, I still have my friend Freddie Clements from JSU. He just retired, but he and I and whoever we can get do a trio, and we do catch tunes, old madrigal tunes, and we go to the Ren Fair, and sometimes we get paid to do that.
Nice.
But we'll set things up, and then that's just great fun. And
It
back in
is
those
great
days, we had
fun.
this group. Freddie had pulled together this big group, and they did the whole show. We had the King's Court and all kinds of fun stuff, and the madrigals, and we went to a couple of Ren Fairs and got paid to go to a couple
Well,
of
that's
Ren Fairs. It
nice
was
because
great
you
fun,
don't
yeah.
often get paid. I think that's a common misconception that people think that you're doing these shows and you put in all of this time that you actually get compensated for it, and you don't. You do
Right.
it because it's community theater and it's the love of art and the love of performing and giving that gift of performance to your audience.
Yeah, community theater, you don't get paid. What your ticket pays for is all of the expenses to put the show on, and even though you're not paying the actors, you're paying
The rights,
royalties.
yeah.
You're paying the power bill.
The set design.
Sets, the things that you throw out at the end of the day that you use for your sets. Sometimes you have to pay to get some costumes. If you're using musicians,
Yeah, you do pay the
you
musicians.
gotta pay the musicians. which is kind of funny because, you know, I did a show, I did Shakespeare on Broadway, and one of my scenes was to play the guitar and sing something, and I can't remember what it was now. But we had a band, we had a live band, small, like 3 pieces. They got paid, but I played my guitar, and I didn't get paid.
I know.
And I was like, hey, what's up with that?
I know, I played my guitar in Sordid Lives and I didn't get paid.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's okay. We love it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you played guitar, John.
I do. I don't play very much anymore. Now I spend my time playing the bagpipes.
Yeah, that's so cool. It sounds so great too.
It's a demanding instrument, believe it or not.
can
It's
imagine.
physically demanding. And so,
A lot of lung capacity, right? Is that?
well, it's a lot of, you know, inflating the bag and squeezing it while you're trying to play, and it does work your stomach and lungs, and it's one of those things that if you don't play for a week, you're out of shape.
Sure.
You can feel it. You're like, holy cow, this is crazy.
So how often do you pick up your bagpipe?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. My poor neighbors.
I bet they like it.
Because Lucy won't let me play inside. You know, it's not an inside instrument.
Did you
know.
bring it today?
No, I didn't bring it today.
Wow. Well, someday
You can
you'll have
just
to
go
come
watch
to-
the first episode of my show.
Yes, and that's the John Garlic Show, and that is aired on TV24 weekdays on Wednesday night at 6:30. And our lovely Lacey Klontz joins you on that show, and y'all are just so funny together. I mean,
Lacey's a hoot.
she is. We love her. I miss getting to see her. I used to get to see her every weekday, and now I don't get to because our schedules have changed. So, Lacey, I miss you, and I appreciate you doing our weather for us in the mornings, though, so I do get to hear her voice.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's good.
I miss her. But that Shop 24, like I was telling you, I got to jump on and be a guest on that when you were in Washington, D.C., and that's a really cool show.
It's a funny show.
Yeah. I learned a lot about local businesses. I ended up buying a bunch of coupons myself after that. That's where I learned about a few different places, like Buff City Soap. That's a really cool place locally that I bought a coupon for, and now I'm a client because I just love it. That soap is the best.
Yeah, and they make it right there, I think.
Yeah, they do.
What
and
I
the
didn't
washing
know-
detergents.
That's a chain.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I didn't know
either.
that.
Okay.
I was in Birmingham and I saw Buff City Soap over there, and I'm like, holy cow, this is a franchise. What is this?
Well, it's great.
Yeah,
It smells
so
so
it's cool.
good. It's
Yeah.
all like natural ingredients and good for your skin, and I love it. So I learned about that on Shop 24.
We have a lot of great businesses.
Yeah, pizza places and grocery stores. I mean, what a way to save some money.
Yeah, those grocery coupons are great. They're always, what, $15 will get you $25 worth
Big
of stuff.
time entertainment.
They're brand new. Big Time Entertainment's
Yeah.
brand new on the show, so we got coupons for that, and that's a fun place.
Yeah, I've never been, so
I
maybe I
haven't
need
been
to.
either.
I
I need
need
to
to
go.
go on Shop 24, get me a coupon, and then go check out Big Time Entertainment.
Lacey went there last night after the show.
Oh, what did she do?
She went bowling with Nikki.
So there's bowling there. What all do they have?
Oh God, they got everything. They've got so they got all the arcade games and those games that you can get the little tickets and you throw the ball, whatever those are called. And then they've got laser tag.
Oh,
Laser tag is fun. They've got bowling. I think they've got go-karts.
fun.
But I used to bowl a lot,
Okay.
and so I'd like to get back to bowling. But yeah, they have all that stuff. Laser tag is fun.
Yeah,
Have you ever played laser tag?
I have.
Yeah. I used to play with my kids.
Yeah,
We'd
they
go up
like
to
it.
Sevierville and there'd be laser tag up there.
Well, no, you don't have to. You can just go right here.
Go
in
right
the
here. When my
backyard.
kids are grown, I guess I could.
Oh, it's okay.
Scare
They
my
can still go
grandkids
play
and-
laser tag. You're never too old to play laser tag.
Perhaps not.
Nah.
Perhaps not.
Well, that sounds fun. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, that show is great. No, remind me that airs on Monday nights.
Monday
at what
nights
time?
it's from 6:30 to 7:30.
6:30 to 7:30.
that right? Yeah,
and
6:30,
you get to hang out with Kip on there too. He
Kip
joins
runs the
you on
phone, the
there.
mighty Kipster.
Lots of people call in so they can talk to Kip.
He uses
He's
a
such
French
nice guy.
accent when he's on the answering phone.
Oh, and Sparky, of course.
Sparky. MJ's usually in the booth.
We've got a great team at TV24, don't we?
Yeah, we do. They're really great. It's a great little TV station. It's
Yeah.
broadcast everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, broadcast isn't even the right word anymore, right? It's like on the
aired?
internet. It's
I
on.
don't know.
It's
Streamed? of course,
Yeah.
Facebook, which some people are probably watching us on those streaming services right now. We've got people tuning in on cable and also on the streaming services.
It's everywhere.
So it's everywhere. So
It's
however
everywhere.
you watch us, we sure do appreciate it.
Well, yeah, that's like the people that were calling in for TV24 that were in Tuscaloosa. They didn't,
Yeah.
I mean, they have no reason to buy a coupon. They never come here.
Well, but if they do, they know that they can find some cool places
They
and
can.
discount. And it's a way to learn about the different businesses and different restaurants and the local things to do around town.
And a lot of good businesses. Kip and who else goes out there and picks up those businesses? Kip, who gets the business deals for us?
Roger, maybe?
Roger?
Got Roger
Okay.
Flint on the sales team.
Yeah.
He's a hoot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like Roger a lot. I like everybody. All the people on our team is so great.
Well, they do a good job getting us those coupons, and the deals are great. And,
Yeah.
and now you can, you used to be you had to watch the show and call in, but now after the show you can go online, right, Kip? They can go online and whatever coupons were left.
Well, but that's the advantage of watching the show and calling in is that those coupons, they go really quickly. So
do.
if you have a coupon that you want to purchase, you might as well tune in and go ahead and get it in real time because they do sell out.
Very quickly, the grocery stores go.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, if you can save, $10, $20 on your grocery bill just by,
Yeah.
and get to watch a fun show because y'all are really funny on it. I really like it. I like
It's a
watching
goofy show.
It
It's
is
just
well,
a
that's
goofy
fun.
show.
That's good TV.
It's fun, yeah. It's good live TV.
It is.
I
Well,
like
speaking of
live
live TV, it's time for us to take a quick break.
Oh, okay.
And hear a little word. I'm not sure if we're going to hear from Lacey Klontz again right on this break, but we will soon on weather. Yes, we're going to go hear about our weather from our dear Lacey Klontz and then hear a word from some of our sponsors. So we'll be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway, Chrysler Dodge, Jeep Ram right here in Anniston, Alabama. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, we have got some clear skies these next few days. Yes, we have a 0% chance of rain today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And today, temperatures are getting up to 59 degrees. Friday, they'll get up to 65 degrees. And Saturday, 66 degrees. So everyone enjoy this lovely weather we're going to have. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns. Locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Come back.
Oh, I'm having such a fun time getting to visit with John Garlick. You know, we've gotten to see each other in passing a lot, but we really haven't gotten to spend some time getting to know one another. So this is a lot of fun.
We were talking theater.
We're talking theater, and I
Off
think we
camera.
could probably talk about that for another hour.
We could, and I want to finish that thought.
Yeah.
'Cause I get on a tangent. So we were talking about theater and some theater experiences, and anybody who's been on stage has in the back of their head a moment. They want certain moments in theater. And one of mine, you've been in musicals, one of mine is, you know, you're singing a song and the audience starts to applaud before the song ends, right?
Yeah.
So that was a moment I wanted to have. And I got it in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay.
I think I was playing Judas in that one too. But there's a scene in the second act where Judas is on top of the pyramid, and it's a belting number. It's a great number, and it climaxes with me on the top of the pyramid. And we were doing it at JSU, so we had a live orchestra, and the conductor, I could see the conductor. This was Sunday. It was the last show. It was the Sunday matinee, and I got to the top of the pyramid, and the last note. It's the last note, right? Boom! I'm putting the note out there, and the conductor is holding it for me, and he's holding it, and he's holding it, and the audience just erupts, and I'm like, "This is it! This is the moment!"
That's awesome.
It was
What
great.
an
It was just
experience.
it was just super.
That's one you'll hold dear to you forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's those moments that trap you in theater too. You're like, oh, I had that. I got to do it again. So yeah. No.
Yeah, it was supposed to be just a bucket list item for me to do a play. I wanted to do a show, a musical. And so in 2021 is when we were supposed to do it, and I auditioned for Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, the musical. And so we were in rehearsals for a long time because we kept getting postponed for COVID. So we finally did it in 2021. And I thought, well, you know, I'm going to do one show. Yeah, now I'm on my 6th show in 2 years because it gets to you. It's so much fun.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
And you meet some really incredible people and become like family with them.
Yeah, oh yeah, and you know it's I teach group counseling at JSU as adjunct. Theater, the cast, while you're going through the rehearsals, very much becomes a very tight group.
Oh yes.
And as with any group, when the show is over, you've spent all this time together, and there's this 3 or 4 days of depression
It really is.
that everybody goes through because you're no longer with these people. And I think that also drives people back into the
Yeah,
into
you
theater.
gotta
It's such
get
a
back
great
in.
thing. And usually in community theater, you're with the same people. They pretty much, the same people do the shows. And it's just great fun. Met my very best, dear, sweetest friends, Bill and Jenny Wall, met them doing Music Man.
Oh, what a great
So
show.
I was the lead, I was Music Man. What's funny is, you know, I'm a short guy with no hair. I usually don't get leading man roles, particularly romantic leading man roles. I got that one, right? And so Jenny was my leading lady, right? And so we did the show. It was great. Now, her husband, Bill, who's a very successful dentist, is also a stellar pianist. Oh my gosh, they're both wonderful. Jenny was an opera singer, and Bill's her accompanist, and just awesome. And he saved my neck on those songs, because Music Man has some very complicated, long numbers, like Trouble. And Bill had all these little places, little safeties built in that number, so that we would get back on track where we needed to, and the audience never knew when I'm not a musician. I can play various things, but I won't call myself a musician. So I don't even know if we use those safeties. I just don't know when, because he just...
Having a good music director or a good
Oh, yeah.
accompaniment, I mean, that means everything.
Yep. It was a fun show. We did it twice. It's really, and it's not fair. In community theater, if you do a show and then another community theater is doing that show and you're like, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Right, so this is what happened. We had done it here for cast, and the following year, Characters in Gadsden, I don't think they're around anymore, Characters in Gadsden was going to do the Music Man. And so Jenny and I said, let's do it again.
Yeah?
And so we went to the audition, and it's just not fair. So we go to the audition, and they got a couple other people auditioning for the lead. And so I brought Bill with me, and we auditioned with Trouble, the most complicated piece of the show. And we just did the whole thing flawlessly at rehearsal. And everybody there was like, yeah, yeah. It's like, this just wasn't fair.
So you did it again?
So we did it again,
you did it again?
yeah. So we did it
fun.
again, and it was fun. It was
So
fun.
that was with Cast.
We did it with
here,
Cast, and then we did Characters in Gadsden.
And Cast still does a lot of great things.
Oh,
I know
Cast
they're
does a lot
doing
of
the
shows,
Crucible. They're, I don't know, I think they may have announced the cast already for Crucible.
Yeah, I don't know. They
I don't know.
might have.
Yeah,
think
I know they
have.
had. I know they had auditions, and I believe they already posted their cast list, and that's going to be great. I'm definitely. I've gone to quite a few of their shows because some of my friends, of course, with Theater of Gadsden have done shows like they did Rent just recently, and that was incredible. John Christopher Adams, I don't know if you know him, but he is an amazing talent. And Asia Elrod, she was in Godspell with me, and she did, and Stefan. There's just so many.
Stefan's
yeah.
good.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
yep, I know Stefan.
So that they did a really great job. But
Danny, who directed that? Danny directed.
yes, mhm.
Danny directed.
Yeah,
I've
she
known
did a
Danny
great
for
job.
20 years or more. Danny, when she was at JSU as a student, that was when I was doing a bunch of stuff for JSU, and Danny and all of her group, we all did those Ren fairs together.
Oh, fun.
And my kids were young, and I was raising them. I raised my daughters on my own, and so I got them into theater. And what's funny is my daughter Heather loved theater. She beautiful voice. In fact, she majored in theater at JSU before she graduated with that and went back into nursing. So she got a real job.
Wow.
But my whole dream for her was to, be an actress, go on Broadway, and that just didn't happen. But
Well, she's doing great work then.
she
as
is, and
nursing.
she has told me that when her kids are a little older and she has time, she's going to try to do something with community theater over in Birmingham.
It's a great family thing to do. I can't believe it, John, but we are almost out
Are
of time.
we out of time? Oh my gosh.
And there were so many other things that I wanted to talk to you about. So you're going to have to promise me that you'll come back
I'll
in
come
some
back.
morning,
Yeah,
and we'll
whenever
make
you
sure that we have that Joe Bell coffee nice and hot and ready for you.
Yes,
and then
please.
when we get done, we have those Lickin' Good donuts. Have you tried them before?
I have tried them before. I love
They're
donuts.
so
They're great.
good. The blueberry is a fan favorite amongst the dealership
We
here.
won't tell my doctor
So-
that I'm having donuts.
No, we won't tell.
'Cause he always
right.
tells me my sugar.
Well, I can't believe it's already time. It's been a wonderful hour, and I'm really appreciative that you came in and hung out with us this morning. And come back and visit, and we'll have to work out bringing my
microphone.
band on too.
Oh, yeah,
so.
we gotta get your band on.
Yeah, I'd love to come hang out with the John Garlick Show. So make sure you tune in to TV Shop 24 on Monday evenings, and then the John Garlick Show every Wednesday night. That's on TV24. We want to thank you so much for tuning in with us this morning. We're here every weekday morning from Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 8:30 at Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Wishing you all a wonderful day.